My lords, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 Hard Mode. Before we start anything today, I just want to say we've hit that 600 subscriber target, which I mentioned that at the end of the last episode, so I just want to say thank you very much to all the new subscribers for pushing us to that milestone. It's extremely humbling and I'm exceptionally and eternally grateful for your public show of support on that front. It does mean a lot, and I would be remiss if I didn't put my thanks on record, so thank you very much indeed. That is absolutely amazing. I don't have any plans or goals for YouTube, and I just enjoy making the videos and playing the games, and maybe just sharing them, so whatever happens will happen. As I said, I've got no real targets or ambitions for this. It's just something to do in my somewhat limited spare time. So to see 600 subscribers is absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, thank you very much indeed. Now on with today's episode then. As you can see, we're at our little, well, I say little, it's actually quite substantial, our interchange here, just outside of West Ham. This handles the machinery, and the tools come through here on their way up to... I've forgotten where they're going. Yes, they go somewhere. I've forgotten the town name. How silly of me. Yes, and we obviously have the port in the middle distance there against the river, which handles the transportation of some of the raw materials as well. We drop off the steel is dropped off by train. We've just seen that happen there. I'm getting all sorts of confused. And obviously we can see the commuter service there just running on in the middle distance as well, between West Ham and... Do you know what? I've forgotten that town as well. I was even looking at it just a few moments ago before I started recording. My word, that's a cracking start to proceedings, isn't it? So yeah, what I'd like to do today, it's going to be a different kind of episode. It's going to pretty much just be a scenery and detailing work episode rather than any sort of expansion. What I'm going to do is the date progression, I'm going to slow it down to maybe 1/2 the normal speed, so we don't have, or we shouldn't have, too many interesting unlocks. And anything that is unlocked, unless it's something really, really good, we'll likely just leave it for a future episode to put onto the map. And today, as I said, we'll just focus on doing a bit of beautification on the map, and we're going to do this little area here. Obviously this is supposed to be, you know, a busy industrial sort of hub, and I'd like to just make it a little bit more vibrant and add some scenery and some extra assets to it. So that's all going to be done using the assets tool, of course. We'll be making use of the paint tool mod, get rid of some of this grass and replace it with some concrete so it looks very industrial. I wouldn't say urbanized, because urbanized tends to, in my mind, you think of houses and the likes. You wouldn't have any houses out here, but we could use some of the factory buildings from the game just to add a little bit of depth to this area and just to bring it all together, really, so it has that feel of a busy freight interchange, which is obviously what it's supposed to be. So let's bring up the UI. At the moment I've got the date progression paused, so as I said, we'll drop that to just half speed. We'll keep it at 1x acceleration. And yeah, the handy thing about this is, because we've made quite a few changes to the network lately, obviously one of the major changes we recently made was swapping out some ships for some aircraft. We've got some air cargo now on the map, and this will give things time to settle down and to bed in, and then we can really have a look as to how they've settled in and whether they are viable or whether we need to return to the water-based transportation. So let's get started. So first of all, let's just check. Yes, Rothbury is the town where the tools and the machines are going to, and Swinton is the town where the commuter service is running to. As I said, I was just looking at Swinton before I started, and to forget the name of the town so quickly is a little bit foolish of me. So then, let's start. First thing I'd like to do is get rid of this gravel here. It just doesn't sit right with me, and I think pretty much from this junction here, all out in this area here between the two train lines, we're just going to put some asphalt down, get rid of these rocks and trees, and put down a few buildings and people assets and the like, some cargo items, just to give it a that feel of a major freight exchange. Obviously it's on the outskirts of West Ham, so that kind of ties in as well. Eventually what we'll also do is extend it over to the port as well and have this a little bit more developed, and that way the whole thing looks like one continuous interchange and industrial area, and it should make the map look a little bit more interesting, especially on any cab rides through here, you know, going through to Swinton or taking our express train as it is up to Rothbury. So let's get started then. So yeah, we've got it on half speed. We'll keep the game at 1x speed. There's no need to rush through too much. So let's first of all get the paint tool out, and we'll get rid of this grass like I said, and we'll put down some asphalt. So let's find a decent looking type of asphalt. How's that one look? Perhaps let's just put a few side by side so we can compare them. I think they look pretty similar to me. Oh no, that's a little bit more bobbly, isn't it? How about this one here? Let's put a few. No, don't want that one. How about that? No. And that one? No. We'll go with the first one. So I'm just going to paint all this. And in fact, we'll shift click. Oh god, we've painted over that, so we can undo that in a moment. Probably take the brush size down just a fraction so we don't go over the ballast on the train lines. And we're just going to have this all as poured concrete, and it's just going to increase that vibe that we're looking for here, which, as I've said, is hoping to look like a major industrial sort of freight exchange, the sort of thing you see in reality when you have a major port and a major freight yard. So we'll get all this painted in nice and quick. As I said, I think we'll start it around about here, and what we'll do is we'll go to the square paintbrush and just rotate it maybe just a touch more. Yeah, like that. And then try and get a nice straight edge here. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but that'll work. So that's our boundary, and then we can just paint the rest, and we can probably boost the brush size up here just to fill in all these gaps around here. Obviously along the, like I said, along the edge of the train line, we're going to use a smaller brush size there. And the same against the edge of the roads here, because we don't want to override this asphalt here. I mean, we've done a little bit there, but I think that's okay. So I'm just going to take this all the way along here. I've done a little bit here, as you can see. Actually, the idea here being this is a concrete support for the bridge. We actually might have some sort of assets we could use to better display that, if that makes sense. Make it look more like it's actually got some supports in place rather than just resting on the terrain, which is what it was doing initially. Painting the asphalt in there has altered that somewhat, but it's still not quite what I'd like it to be. And I don't mind painting over the road's edge here with the asphalt. At the moment it's gonna all look a little bit dull, all just having asphalt everywhere. Obviously the idea is going to be that we're going to put assets down here, so it's not going to look as empty and as void as it does right now due to this paint frenzy that we're currently doing. Some of the terrain's going to need a bit of work as well. You can see it really highlights the bobbly nature of some of the terraforming that's occurred when we've been placing down these structures. So we're just going to go along this little bit here as well. So we're going to have to get the asphalt back out, not ballast. That's what I was about to type there. Asps. No, just asphalt please. Don't want snakes. Anyway, there we go. That should do. Just as a starting point. We can put a fence along here, of course, to cordon it all off. But the one thing we do want to do is actually remove these rocks and these trees. So let's get the eraser tool, turn the strength right down so we don't accidentally delete something we don't want to be deleting. How's that? A bit more there. Yep, that'll do for now. In fact, that's everything on from this area. And then what we're going to do is just try and smooth off some of this this terrain here. Let's have a look. Try and get rid of these weird shadow artifacts that we've got on the map at the moment. It's a bit difficult because of the different heights of the roads and that train station there, so we might have to just go ahead and hide some of that with some assets, but that's okay. Although if we do it this way, this might actually help a little. Now that's made that a little bit worse. Let's try, yeah, that's done nothing there. But over here, no, it's just undone it all. Yeah, that's gone very, very bizarre. Well, what I would like to do actually, now that I think about it, is have almost like a wall along the edge of this train line. So it's sunken into the ground almost. Would that work? Maybe or maybe not, I'm not sure. We'll decide on that later. The first thing we're going to do is put a fence down along here. So let's get the assets. We want fences. Now, do we want a brick wall along here? Or some sort of industrial fence? Maybe this sort of fence here would look quite fitting and appropriate. Let's just rotate it around. Now we want it that way. I suppose it doesn't really make much difference which way around we put it. And if we drag it all the way across the train line, how's that look? Yeah, that works. I wish there was a way to reduce the grass height there, because it looks a bit strange, but I can live with that. And I then think, yes, I was going to do like a natural wall almost, by raising the height of the terrain up along the edge of the tracks, so it's in an artificial ditch. In fact, I might still do that. Let me just try this. This might go all kinds of wrong, but we should be able to undo it if it does. So if we just use this height all the way along, take it all the way to the very end. Okay, now we're starting to sink down. Okay. Well, that'll do. I'm happy enough with that. Just take off some of the edges just a little bit. What do we have here? Class 58 rail freight coal sector and the rail freight grey. Could be good, some interesting goods trains. That's made that a complete mess there. Let's just sort that out. Right, if we have it like that, and if we just get this bit here, get that all nice and straight, that looks fine. And then what we'll do is along the top here, we'll run a brick wall like this. And we'll take it all the way down to, say, there. In fact, do we want to run it all the way across? Perhaps let's just have it curved so it follows the curve of the track a little. That's too tight there, that's better. Yeah, we'll have a brick wall along here. And that'll just screen it off from the view of the passengers as they're on the way to Swinton and the like. So if we just get that to connect in there. How does that look? Yeah, that looks fine. I'm happy with that. As I said, it just screens it off a little bit, doesn't it? And it just, yeah, as you're a passenger coming down here, it's just going to block it from view. Let's see if we can do something about this bridge. Do we have any bridge support assets? I can't remember what I've got installed. They're coaches. We don't want that. They're people. Let's have a look. Bear with me while I have a look through here. Oh, here we go. Stone grey. Okay, height. That's gone lower. Height 0. There we go. Right, this might take a bit of work to get this exactly how we want it to be, but we should get there. How does that look? That looks fine. Can we do the same over here? Like that. Yes, and then can we get one in the middle there? might be a little bit different, a bit difficult I should say. And it looks like it's not going to allow it to happen, at least not having it... I mean, we could do it like that, but that's just going to look... Or does that look too bad? I'm not sure. Can we offset it anywhere? Okay, that's offsetting... Oh, maybe if we go like that. A bit more, maybe negative. Oh, that looks better. It's just the height now, that's a problem there for me. There we go, yes. And then can we get it a bit higher up? No, we can't. That'll have to do. Can we put anything along the bottom here just to extend it outwards a bit? Yes. And then I want it the same height. Let's just drop the height a touch. Oh, that's gone too far. That height step position is a little bit too aggressive. I'd like a bit more fine control over that. Because now it's difficult to get that to do what I'm wanting it to do. Right, we'll step it up manually. It doesn't look great, but it looks better than just painted asphalt. At least it does to me anyway. Sort of like that. You know what, I'm not too unhappy with that. And I think we could very carefully use the paint tool eraser and just remove this tiny strip of asphalt there. Right, let's try and do the same on the other side now. So first of all we want one on the bridge's edge. How's that? Let's just see if we can get a bit more. I think that's the one. That's where we... Yeah, we'll have it there like that. Same on the other side now. Like that. And then can we get one in the middle again? Can we get... Oh, we can't offset it any further, which is somewhat annoying. What if we go 0.6? Is that sticking out even further? I bet it is, isn't it? Ooh, that's almost... That'll do. It's got a little bit of a recess section there, but that's okay. And then if we put some along the bottom, like we have on the opposite side... In fact, it looks better on this side. And then can we have... And we'll step it up again, because why not? And then over to the opposite side here. Try and get that just perfect. There we go. That looks better. Yep, I'm happy with that. As I said, what we'll do now is just very, very, very carefully see if we can't erase the asphalt there from the paint tool. It's not having it. Or if we paint grass. A bit of grass growing through doesn't look too bad. And I think along the bottom, where we start to head down to the edge of the train line, is we'll put some gravel down. Let's just increase the brush size there. Maybe a little bit... Oh god, that's probably too much. Let's see. No, it doesn't look too bad. And we'll do the same on that side, just very gently. There we go. Am I happy with that? Yes. Ish. It certainly looks... it's an improvement. So yeah, there we go. Right, let's start chucking some assets down in this area. So, assets. We want the buildings, but we want the industrial buildings. Here we go. We'll have no collision. Right, what sort do we want? Well, we don't want that. Do you know, that's not bad as like an entranceway. If we had a roadway coming in here, that would be quite nice. We could maybe put it... Do we want a roadway coming in? Well, we could come off there. And then if we have a narrow country road, that might work quite nicely as an entrance to it all. Sort of there. So we're going to have to move this fence here. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's just take that size down again. There we go. And ever so carefully on that side. There we go. Right. Will a road fit in through there? That's the million-dollar question. Ooh, it almost does. I think that's as central as we're going to get it. We'll keep it flat. How does it look? Yeah, it looks alright, that actually. No problem with that. And then we'll just have it come off here. Now you can start to adjust your terrain height to follow the lay of the land, and bring it on into town like that. Yep, happy with that. A bit more painting around here is going to be required now, of course. There we go, so that's a little entranceway into our little industrial yard. I say little, it's quite substantial. If we can find a paint tool that's similar to that, we could manually then draw in our own roads through here to connect up to everything, but we can come back to that a little bit later. I would like to get some buildings put down for now. So let's see what we've got. Yeah, that'll do as a sort of main building, if you know, administration building sort of thing. So we'll have that situated fairly close to the entrance, and a few more around here as well. What else? Goods 5. Put that over here. It's got a kind of warehouse sort of look to it, so we'll have that near where the goods are being dropped off. Yeah. There's a gap. Will you see that? Does that only occur when you have no collision? I think it does. So if we put... Or does it? No, if you look at... Well, we can always raise the terrain up just a little to meet that, or we can hide it. But that works. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, what else do we have? Oh, yes. Some of these little workshop sort of buildings here. There's no real rhyme or reason to this. I just want buildings that sort of have a look that fits into an industrial interchange. What else do we have? No, I think the iron buildings are all going to be... Oh, a little tower. It looks more almost like a watchtower. Put that there. Stay back. Right, not sure about the chimney though. I think that's a problem there. That doesn't look too bad. If we could have a longer one of that, although what we could do is use that and double it up with using the no collision option. Where's the entrance? Doesn't have an entrance. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way around we put this. If we have that there, and then, as I said, join it all together as best we can, and then we'll go one more. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Already it's starting to look a little bit more lively. Obviously none of these buildings are going to be used for anything, apart from a bit of scenery work, of course. Construction, no. Fuel refinery, a little shed is not too bad. Pop that there. What else have we got? Industrial buildings. We don't want barns, certainly not. We don't want a cesspit. Car barn, no. Troughs, no. Haze and silos, no. I'm guessing the oil buildings are all going to be pipes and the likes. Yeah, we don't want any oil derricks. Oh, yes, that'll do. Put that over there. Quarry, no. Just have a look through, see if there's anything we can use here. I'm guessing there's likely not to be. No, not at all. Don't want that. That will do though. We'll put that there. Again, it's got a sort of warehouse look to it, so it fits in the whole interchange aesthetic that we've got going off here. Just have a look how that's starting to come together a little. What we can have are some cars along here. Now the problem with these is these do not update with the time progression. However, we're in 1983, so we're not going to have to worry about that too much. But just having a few cars posted around the place just gives it that look of this is where the workers will obviously park up for the day. Just put a nice random selection of cars down here in between these two buildings. Doesn't matter if there's a few duplicates, of course. As long as they're not all the same, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that'll do. Maybe put a few along the front of this building as well. I don't mind if we have really modern cars because we are getting towards that era anyway. So for the next maybe 5 to 10 years in-game, it might look a bit odd having all these modern cars about, but it should soon catch up. There we go. Maybe a couple more over this side as well. And again, have them all some point in one way, some point in the other, because not everybody parks their car in the same direction, of course. Some reversing, some driving. So just like that gives it a bit of variety, which is what we want. Right, let's see what else we can put down. I don't think we're going to need anything from there, but we could put some goods down. Food, fuel, well, oil. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Almost looks like a generator. Coal, no. Although it does kind of look like a dump. Like a dumpster. Or, you know, something full of slag. So perhaps we will go for that. Bricks, perhaps not. Crude oil. Oh, a little oil tanker. Wouldn't look too out of place, I don't think. Maybe put a couple down just along there. Fish. Definitely, yeah, we don't want fish. Don't want alcohol. We've looked at that one. This is just machinery. Well, we are dropping off machinery here, I believe. So why not? We'll have a lot of machinery over here because it is one of the goods that we handle at this interchange. So we'll put some of these down, and again, if we just pop them in different orientations, it stops it looking quite so dull. And we could probably get away with having them... No, we can't, because that silver almost looks like the front end of a car. That's raised up, so we couldn't stack them, unfortunately. Oil sand... Well, that doesn't look too bad. Or at least it doesn't look too out of place. Just get it back down to the terrain height level there. Some plastics, yes. Maybe put one over here as well. What else have we got? Silver. Oh yeah, a few. And again, it just looks like a dumpster. Go for some of those. Steel. I think we are handling steel here. Yes, we are. The one of the trains drops off steel. So we can get away with putting some of that down. And this we can stack it. So if we find a nice flat area like this, and put a couple along there, and what we can do is just raise the next one up. Maybe take it down just a touch using the fine controls there. And pop those, maybe just switch the orientation of that one just a little. Like that. Would one more look a little bit too much if we put one more on top? I don't think so. I think we could get away with that. Just a random pile of steel girders there. What we are going to want, if we can find one, is a decent looking... Well, we don't want one of them. No, is a crane. Now, I think we can find one in here. Where's the water transportation? Here we go. Crane 1, not that one. Crane 2, yeah. I mean, they are supposed to be on runners, as you can see by the wheels. But it doesn't look too bad. And if actually we have one on the train platform, or is that going to interfere with the spawning of the materials? We could put one between. Like that. That looks alright. And maybe one on that side as well. Yeah. I'd say we're also going to want one near where the road vehicles pick up and drop off. In fact, we could probably get away with a couple all along the way there. Maybe one over here as well. As I said, they are supposed to be on runners like you see at the ports, but that's just probably a little bit too much. What do we have here? A couple of buildings. Oh, they don't look too bad. They might fit in. Just some random industrial buildings there to bring it all together. Add a little bit something extra to it all. and they fit in quite nicely. Now, can we draw in, using the paint tool, a road that joins up there? Let's see. Well, it's going to be asphalt. Now, if we use a different type, perhaps that one, if we go circular, try and match up the size. No, that's not going to... I mean, you can... No. What about that one? No, that's too similar. That's a cracked one, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you where the cracked one might fit in. Is every now and then, so if we take the strength down so it's not overruling or overwriting or painting over all of this, is just run it along here a little bit. Maybe increase the strength just a little. Like that. Just to break up that whole slab of grey that we currently have there. That made me feel a little bit seasick. I apologise for that. And then bring it in along there. That just breaks it up a little bit. What else do we have we could use just to break it up? Maybe some gravel. Take the strength down to 0.3 again. No, that's too low, isn't it? 0.4. 0.4, please. Yeah, that'll do. It just breaks it all up a little, makes it look a little bit more, I don't want to say natural, because obviously concrete is it's not natural at all, is it? It's man-made, but you know what I mean, a bit more realistic. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that, actually. So that's all fine. Yeah, shame we couldn't find anything to use as a road, although saying that, we could actually just put a road in. Is that going to mess up everything? It's not. Well, we could do that. Have a road that just like runs through. We'll have to repaint the edges of the road, of course, but that's no hardship. And then maybe just comes off up there towards the station. Yeah. And then along the edge of the station. Like that. Maybe one coming between these two buildings if we can squeeze it in. Yes, we can. If we click the right button, we can anyway. There we go. Yes. Anything along here? Maybe something that comes off like this. Yep. And just, yeah, we'll loop it around. Why not? There we go, that adds a little bit more to it. So we are going to have to repaint all of that. So let's get the asphalt back up once again. Push signs will boost that up now. Hold shift and that's just going to paint over the edge of that road there. There we go. And obviously want to do the same over here as well. Now it has done some terrain alterations as we can see, and I don't know if it's going to be possible to remove those without messing everything up. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, it looks alright. Oh, it's messed that up though, hasn't it? Right, so let's go back and level that off. It's not having it. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. There's a bit of a gap under the wall at points now, but I'm just going to leave that alone rather than risk messing it all up once again, I think. Yeah. Right, back to the assets then. What else do we have? We have people. We could put some people down. Let's see here. Workmen. Well, we'll have a guard. Put a couple of guards in as security. Like that. Yep. Maybe a policeman as well. Port security and all that. Traffic warden. Yeah, he could maybe just be milling about out here. Why not? Firemen, no. Schoolboys, definitely not. There's another one with people, and I can't remember which one it was in. Oh, here we go. Now, these are in German. My German is not the best. So, oh, he's fitting, yes. Let's just put a couple of these in. And they are ever so slightly animated, so it makes it look alive. Stewardess. Do we want a stewardess? I'm guessing not. Sailor, no. What is... I'm not sure what a Schornstein fire is, but it's not really era appropriate anymore. A Jaeger, no. Farmer, guess what that is? Chef, no. No, not area appropriate. Oh, that'll do. Yeah, let's put one of him in. Where do you want to go, sir? Just there? Why not? And another one? Yeah. What does this number do? I'm not actually sure. Yeah, you'll do. Put you over here. You can be having a little smoke break with your friend there. That's a postman. Although you can't really... it's not obviously a postman. At least not to me it's not. So I have to put a couple of those in around the place. And again, I don't want to put too much of the same type in the same area, because then it just looks bad. What's that? I don't know what he is, but just put one of them down just to break everything up. We have a... I guess this is an officer. Well, you could go there. Lifeguard. No. Are you really era appropriate? Well, you're going in anyway. Elegant. Themed 1900, I guess. Does it actually change them at all? No, not by the looks of it. Okay, what else do we have? No. What's that? Is that like a paramedic? I guess it is. Well, we have some new aircraft, as we can see. Boeing 757s. That's nice. I like that. The British Airways version. I guess, are all these just aircraft what we've unlocked? I'm thinking they are. Well, I might put one of those in today's episode. Put them on the Nuneaton to wherever they're going. Yeah, air route. I can't remember where it is now. Do you know, it's been a couple of days since I've actually opened this up, so I have lost track of a lot of the town names, which is quite annoying. Right, so yes, put some people around. Right, we need something along here, because it just looks very plain at the moment. Let's see what we can find to fill in these oh, yeah, some wooden boxes and that. Like that. Barrels, perhaps not, but a few. Cable reels wouldn't go amiss, and have a stacked one as well, because why not? A load of barrels. I don't know why I'd have them there, but we're having them just to break it up. Different boxes. What else? What other... I'm not sure what all that's going to do. I mean, it's giving me random selections as it is, so we'll not worry too much about that. A wheelbarrow? No. Oil drums, yes. Okay. We need something else along here, though. That's not really doing what I wanted it to do. Let me have a think. Let's have a look through, see what we can put down. Ooh, maybe a few benches, actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? You know, for people to sit on and that as they're having a break outside. Yeah. Swing? Perhaps not. A bus stop bench, yeah, why not? And again, we'll put these against the buildings, you know, smoking areas and all that for the employees. And then what we could do actually is, if we go back to those people, we could have some of them sitting, and I believe this will have them sitting. Let's see what happens. Oh yes, he's a bit far forward, but that's fine. Let's just mix this up and put a couple of those down. Yeah, I like that. That's really good. Pleased with that. Maybe a couple on the other side as well. In fact, we could use some of these ones sitting down, can't we? Like the guard. Maybe don't have him facing that direction though. Yep. Fireman, no. We'll have a sitting policeman over here. There we go. That adds a little something extra. Still want something along here though. I don't know if I like those assets. Don't look right at all, do they? No, not at all. Right, let's just have a quick flick through, see what we've got. Well, I suppose we could have a telephone box. That's not too ridiculous. Oh, we have more people. Cargo platform, passenger platform, modern. Yeah. What's that? Oh, that's height level. I see. Okay. What else do we have here? That's no, that's not what we want. I don't want it to do terrain modification. That's what that's doing. I don't like that. Well, yeah, there's nothing in there I wanted anyway. Let's see what we've got in here. There might be a little something we could have. I guess these are all going to be massive and understandably so. Although that doesn't look too bad. Have we got room for that anywhere? Maybe over here? Which way around is it? I'm guessing it's that way. If we have that there... no. Well... that doesn't look the best. What else we got? Are these all for the runway? I'm not entirely sure. Some signs. Where is the sign? Oh, it's miles away. 03. Anything we could use here? I don't think so. No. End lights. Ooh, spotlights. Oh, yes. Some lights in here would be rather fitting. Yeah, let's put a few lights up. We'll use these ones because these actually well, they're saying that we never actually... We don't have a day-night cycle, so there's no point having illuminated ones because it's daytime. So yeah, put some lights around the place. Just to bring it all together that little bit more. Okay. Oops, didn't mean to close it. Let's have a look through here. So these are all... I suppose we could have some of these. Era C? I want Era C Industrial. Does that look... No, it doesn't look too modern. I'll take that. What else do we have? Yeah, a couple of these buildings just around there. These are obviously, that's the size, isn't it? 2 by 2. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Era... Oh, what's this one? Industrial 1. Yeah, a little building there. A little building here. Would not go amiss. I don't know what to do with this area. I'll figure it out. What about Era B? Does that look... Era B might look too dated, which is a worry. Let's have a look. Oh, no. No. That fits in. Now, we want to be careful, of course, that we have these parked cars. And we don't want to go ahead and put a building there, because that is going to look stupid. So, be careful when putting these. But a few of these little shed-style buildings isn't the worst. Providing, as I said, they don't block in the cars, which at the moment they're not. And they've got chimneys as well. I don't know if they really fit in, but it does busy the place a little bit, I suppose. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? These are all market stalls, so that's not really appropriate. Ah, here we go. Now, this is more like it. You know, containers, dumpsters, that sort of thing. Put some of these around here. Just along the edges of the road there. Yeah, an open one. And again, along at the edge of the buildings here, we'll put some more of those. Boxes of rubbish. More dumpsters. No, we don't want that. Ooh, yes, shipping container. We want some of those. And we'll just put these in between these buildings. It's a shame they don't have random colours, because having them all the same colour is a bit weird. But we can stack these, so that's going to help. Like that. What else have we got? A skip. Yes, put one of those down. What's this? That's just, yeah, one of those. It's a bit dark there. Put that there, yeah. More dumpsters. Oh, that's floating. Oh, you idiot. There you go. Put you back down on ground level. And an open one there. Oh, Jesus. Right, let's get rid of that, shall we? That one's also floating. Let's get rid of that. I completely forgot I'd changed the height there. Anyway, dumpster, which one was it? Where's the skip gone? Was it container 5? No, container 4. That's better. Random floating skips is not what you want. Oh, here we go. This is looking promising. Some beams. Scaffolding, yeah, why not? Although having bamboo scaffolding is a bit weird. I was hoping for scaffolding piles. A shack, oh yes, that'll do. Cable reel, yep. Put that there. A tent, perhaps not. Excavator, would we have an excavator here? Probably no. A wall, no. What else have we got here? Some boxes. Yeah, I don't see why not. A couple of boxes scattered about the place. Like that. What else we got in here? Generators. Yeah, we'll have one of them, but have it out of the way at the back. Have a generator. Event-based solar panels. Going green. Skylights. No. What's these here? Oh, they're roof pieces, awnings. More awnings. No, we don't want awnings. Containers. Don't know what that is. Dynamite. Let's not leave that lying around. Put a barrel down there, and we could put one there as well. That's looking a little better. Oh, they're plank. Oh, loose planks of wood. I see. Okay, yeah. An old pallet lying around. Yep. Okay, so to bring this all together a little bit more, let's put a few dumpsters against these buildings. It should just offset how awkward they look, I think. Because at the minute, they just don't look right. But I think we can improve that, as I said, with some of these. Although that one looks fine. The shack looks okay. It's really just these ones here which look a little bit out of place right now. If we put some of those down, yeah, that actually does help it, doesn't it? Well, it does to me. You might be sat there thinking, my God, that's awful, what have you done? But I quite like it. I'm not an artistic or creative person, so as long as it's not just a field of grass anymore, that's the main thing I'm looking for here, which it no longer is, so I'm going to take this as a win. Put a few more containers along here. We will be making good use of these at the ports when we get to that area. Although, depending how well this is received, that the remaining beautification may be done off camera. I know it's not... well, some of you will find it interesting, and that's absolutely fine. And understandably, some of you may not really enjoy this side of things and prefer the, the expansion and the model railway style, which again, absolutely fine. I just wanted to do it because I had been asked to do it, so... But it's obviously it's not going to be in every single episode. It's just something to break it up and to give us a little something different from time to time. So yeah, don't worry. This is not the way the series is heading. I just wanted to do an episode of it on camera because I was requested. So yeah, that looks. Do you know what? I quite like that. It's still very barren over here. But this area is looking a lot more alive. And in fact, do we have a passenger train that's about to pass this way? We do. I'm going to hop on board. And we're going to just have a look as we pass by and see how we look. So let's just, can we increase the speed here? I can't remember how to increase the speed with the keyboard because all my key bindings got messed up during some update, so not sure what happened there. But we're getting there now anyway. So yeah, let's see how this looks as we pass on through. So here we go. Yeah, that adds quite a lot to the skyline. I like that. Perhaps too many cranes though. But the buildings all look pretty okay. At least they do to me. I like the wall and the fence and the entranceway. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. And I think in terms of beautification, I want to leave it there. As I said, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. But I wanted to include it. If you've hated it, that's fine. Yeah, if the overwhelming majority of you, didn't enjoy that, that's no problem. I'll do it off camera from now on, of course. But yeah, I was requested to do it, so there we go. Anyway, let's get that game speed back up to 1 times. We had new aircraft, so let's drop down to our airport at Wareham. There we go, that's what it is. At the minute, we are running the 737-100s. Let's see a comparison then with our new aircraft. Passengers large. So 737-100, 20 people, 483. Here's the new one, the 757-200, 50 people and a lot faster. Although it's also a lot more expensive. About call it 3 million more expensive to run, which could be a problem. Ooh, here's the ones that were unlocked. 5 million more passengers, a bit slower. I like these. Now we're in the UK, so we're going to have British Airways, aren't we, for this? 113 million. Good lord. Let's do it. I mean, we can afford it. It might hamper the amount of money that this airline actually generates, but we can cover that now. And it's not about being 100% efficient with 100% of your lines. At least to me it's not. That's, if I wanted to do that, we'd play Spreadsheet Simulator. This to me is about building a nice living world, so I'm happy enough to take a hit here and there if it adds to the game, and I think this does. I'm not sure how they're going to cope with the taxiing. I think they're quite large. So they might start crashing through the building there. Let's see how they do. Okay, so yeah, the Skywalk doesn't quite line up, but... or the Jetway, I'm not sure what it's called. Yeah, it doesn't quite line up, but at least it's not shoving its nose into the waiting passengers. Come on, get on board. That would be a bit weird. Yeah, I'm happy with those. We also had those new trains, didn't we? Now, one of our train lines, the freight lines, has always made a loss. And I believe it is the tools delivery. Oh, that's making an awful loss now. The Swinton West Ham. I think we've got too many. Let's just sell 2 of them. Let's halve the amount. And see how that does. I know, like I said, I'm not too concerned if some of them make a loss. However, if we can help them, we will do. Okay, this fuel freight line is running at a loss. These food freights, but that's not what I'm looking for. Let's get just rail vehicles. Oh, it's making a profit. Oh, it's almost making a profit. Where do we want to try our new freight trains that we've just unlocked? What line would they look good on? Let's... Well, first of all, let's have we will use a tools line just as a way to compare. Is that the one that heads to West Ham? Yes. Right. Let's compare both so we can actually do a comparison, a proper comparison. So these are limited to 50. Have they still got old wagons on them? Well, that's not going to help matters, is it? My word, what an idiot. Alright, let's first of all give them new wagons. Try and get similar capacity, of course. Oh, we can get exactly the same capacity. So that's that. Obviously the colour needs doing, but I can do that afterwards. That train is now outdated, of course. So here's what we've got. The Class 58, 80 miles an hour. So a little bit faster than the wagon speed, but it's not overly so. And they're not too bad to run, 1.5 miles an hour. Let's see how that would look. What would that do? That's pretty good. It's probably more expensive per year to run this now, but it's modernising it. Let's do it. There we go. 16 million. Colour that. What are we using for the tools? Where is it? That one? Luckily it's not changed the loco colour. I like that. I like that loco. Not sure the author of this mod, but whoever did that, kudos to you, because that is a very nice model indeed. Very nice. Yes, very happy with that one. Yep, that's fine. I think let's have another look at some of our other lines while we're here, see if we can improve them a little. This fuel freight line, for instance, Swinton to Wareham. Now, what seems to be the problem with this one? Because it's not making any money. Where are you? You're over... okay, you're the one... Yes. What is causing you to be inefficient? Is it the waiting around here? I guess it is. Because you're running out of oil sand over there. Well, why don't we just drop some wagons off of this vehicle? That will probably be the easiest thing to do. Take it down to 120. That's going to save some money. And we'll see what sort of... In fact, what we'll do, while we're doing these lines, we'll pause the date speed so we don't have any more unlocks. And we're going to set it to times... whatever it is, times 4 acceleration. And see what sort of effects these changes are going to have. Tools freight, well, that's just had a big upgrade spent on it, so that might explain that. The Swinton West Ham, we've just modified that by removing some of the vehicles, so that should hopefully improve. Although losing only a couple of million isn't too bad. We can cover it quite easily, as we can see. I mean, look at that. The Intercity Express, the TGV, is making us a heck of a lot of money. Look at that. That's fantastic. That train's alright. So yeah, let's just now go to, not that, all of them. Now, a lot of the road vehicles, the buses, not concerned by them at all. If they're making a loss, so be it. Likewise, the tram, no concern there. This bus has no vehicles on it. Okay, we want me to sort that out at some point. What I was looking for is the air cargo line that we have. Let's just quickly pause it. There we go, silver. Oh, it's making a profit. That's fine. But is it a faster throughput? Where is our airport? Here it is, over here. It's got to be. Yeah, I think we're good there. It's keeping it topped up a lot better than the shipping freight was, which is good. I mean, you can tell that because we don't have a big backlog of road vehicles waiting. What I would have liked to have seen, however, is a big pile of silver bars here waiting for collection. That would have been good, because that would have been a nice problem to have, because you just solve it by chucking some more trucks at it. As it stands, maybe we've got a perfect balance, I don't know, but it could be better, I think. But we've already got plenty of planes on this route, and I don't want to risk oversaturating it. Right, Portishead Station is clearly very busy, as we can see from the icon. What's going on here? Well, there's no overcrowding. Has the game frozen? Oh, it's auto-saving, okay. I saw the TGV randomly stop and panicked. Right, so that autosave means we've been going for an hour, so it's probably high time we wrap this up. So, yeah. A change of pace. But sometimes you have to do a bit of scenery work. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I understand it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and I do appreciate that. Of course I do. We will return to the more normal style of play, you know, adding new lines and rail lines and the likes in the next episode, so fear not. This was just a little experiment, see how it's going to take. Obviously, let me know in the comments if you enjoy that sort of thing, or if you don't. And obviously I'll base it going forward off of the feedback that we get. Right, so what do we want to have a ride on for our outro? How close is this to departing? Well, I tell you what, shall we send it on its way and ride on this train? Or shall we ride... Did we ride on the TGV? Yes, we did. Yeah, let's send her on away, and we'll hop on this train, because then we can have a quick look behind us at the fruits of our labour for today's episode, and then just enjoy a nice ride through into Rothbury. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the episode, even if it wasn't your cup of tea. And as I said, if it wasn't, fear not. It's not going to be every episode from here on out. Of course it isn't. And yeah, we'll see what sort of reaction it has. And I'll either stick to doing it off camera, or maybe I'll do it as a sort of time lapse in future episodes, so you just see it in a very sped up manner, and then it might make it a little bit more bearable if it wasn't the most enjoyable thing in the world. So yeah, all that means for me to say is, as always, ladies and gentlemen, take very good care of yourselves. It's ta-ta for now.